So here we are again in the summer holidays.
Well, yeah, we're 3 weeks into the summer holidays now.
Which brings me to, I don't think you've been away, have you?
No, actually going away this week.
Are you?
Well, obviously not this week because we're recording this in the past.
Yeah, we always give the listeners too much information on
We
this,
do.
don't we?
I quite like it. I'm a pedant.
You are a pedant, actually.
I think people like that about. Well, they don't necessarily like it about me, but they expect it of me.
Yeah.
And
you are a real pedant.
Yeah, but I think that's sometimes where, if I have any humour at all, it comes from that.
Yeah,
being incredibly pedantic.
And yet you're not a man of routine.
No, but I function better when I am a man of routine.
Yes.
Than when I'm not a man of routine.
But your routine doesn't last long, does it?
No, but if I could stick to a routine, I'd be a lot healthier and probably a bit happier.
Yeah.
But I don't actually enjoy a routine.
So you are approaching the time when people hear this.
When people hear this,
yeah,
I will be approaching the time I go on holiday, yes. Yeah. We'll be about to go on holiday. Now, this year, we're going on a slightly shorter holiday.
Right.
Than is normal. Normally, we go away for about a week.
Right. Well, that's not very long, is it?
That's not very long.
You know, when you said I'm normally on a shorter holiday, I thought you were going to say it was 1 week instead of 2.
No, I know some people go off for 2-3 weeks and enjoy their, one of the advantages of being a teacher is you do have a long time off and you could have a quite an extended break. What I don't have is the budget to have that extended break.
No, that's why my holiday will be in Reading.
Right.
Or reading, as you say.
Reading or Reading.
Yeah.
Reading in Reading, possibly.
Could be.
Or watching.
I'd say probably watching.
Yeah. Or listening.
Or listening. A lot of listening.
Maybe to a podcast.
Yeah. Well, I've got to really make my way through the back catalogue.
I mean, I can say, I can say unironically, I do listen to this podcast after. Obviously, I listen to it through the editing process. I listen to it quite a lot anyway.
You're probably the biggest listener we've got.
I think, well, I must be because I listen to it a lot of times when I edit it. But then after a few weeks.
I wonder if anyone else has repeat listened to the same one, just thinking, oh gosh, that was so clever.
The statistics, now Buzzsprout doesn't tell us that, but when I go onto Spotify,
yeah,
and that's not all of our listeners, that's a proportion of our listeners that listen through Spotify. People do listen through all kinds of platforms, but the Spotify listeners, there are some. Spotify will tell you that, and there are some repeat listeners. Yeah, there are, not many. But there are some people who listen to these episodes.
Perhaps don't tell me how many.
I couldn't actually. I know that's true, but I don't have the numbers. But yeah, I'm going away for 4 days. And now that is largely because, as we have discussed on the show, my wife is currently completing the world's longest PhD.
Yes, yeah.
And she's in the final stages of the... It's like you remember the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
And you watch the Return of the King, and you think it's ended, and then it hasn't ended, and there's another bit, and then you think that's the ending, and then there's another. And there's about 5 endings to that film.
Or Home and Away, which I think has ended a few times, hasn't it?
That's a different kind of ending, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, my wife's PhD is either like Home and Away, which has ended, and then come back. No, it's not like that, because it's never ended.
No,
it's like Lord of the Rings, which has never ended.
I'm sorry for confusing
it does end. Lord of the Rings does end, but it takes a long time to end, and you think it's ending, and it's not. And we've had a few false dawns of the end, but the real end is in sight. And the summer holidays has always been a particularly fertile ground for studying because I'm around.
So actually, again, going back to last week, there's no relaxation for anybody in the Burke household coming up.
Not at all, no, because I'm looking after the kids so that she can study, and studying's not relaxing. Looking after the kids isn't relaxing.
They won't be relaxed.
Now, I like spending time with my children, and Jen likes spending time with the children. Yeah. But the reality is because
none of you will be relaxed.
No, we would normally, what we would do, if there was no PhD... we'd split the childcare and both of us would have relaxation time. Whereas, in fact, while I'm looking after the kids, which is most of the day, she's studying. And so
and then she wants to relax.
And then she wants to... She can't because the kids are there. So neither of us gets a lot of relaxation time, as much as we love our children. Yeah. But going away, and we tend to only really... Last few years, it's been the same. We've gone away because the kids like a holiday, not because we necessarily... We do like a holiday, but I'll be honest with you, pre-children, we used to like a city break. We went to we'd go to Europe and we'd spend time in a city. But the holidays themselves with the kids are different to the holidays me and Jen used to have before we had kids. They were relaxing. They were quite busy, but culturally sort of satisfying. You'd see things you'd not seen before. You'd go.
Where would you go?
So we've been to Rome, Vienna. We went to Copenhagen. Was the last place we went.
I'd like to go to Copenhagen.
It's very nice. Not a lot to see, but actually quite enjoyable. Quite easygoing, quite relaxed. Paris we used to live in, so we spent a lot of time in Paris. We used to go back and forth a few times to visit. Not been back to any of those places for years. No, not left the shores of the UK since 2016 at all, actually. So
after all of that excitement, I mean, that sounds incredible. So after that excitement,
subsequent to that, we had a few years of not going away at all, and then because when Matilda was a baby, she was a baby. Well, there was no real. She didn't care. She was a baby. But then you get to a point where the children are old enough to appreciate going away, and they really, really they love it. Now they love it to such an extent that you could go literally going to a Premier Inn.
Yeah,
my kids are blown away by a Premier Inn. Yeah. We've stayed in a few Premier Inns out of necessity when we've gone somewhere. We're not staying in the Premier Inn because we really like a Premier Inn or a Holiday Inn for that matter.
No, I can believe that.
We're going because that's the most affordable, economical option.
Yes.
And we're going for some other reason. To visit somebody, to visit something, and then we might stay in a Premier Inn. They absolutely go nuts.
So you could be at one of those Premier Inns that's on a trading estate.
Absolutely, well, to the extent that, and we obviously talked last week about Matilda's birthday, and I didn't mention it was the other half of Matilda's birthday last year.
I was going to say it's not a 2 episode.
No, but this is evocative because obviously I talked about the soft play party that she had, but then my family came down for the soft play. They came down not for the soft play. They came to visit.
It would seem odd if they.
But they made the journey because my sister, one of my sisters is a teacher anyway, so she was off, and my other sister was able to do it as well. So brought their kids. My parents came for Matilda's birthday just to be there on her birthday, and that was really she loved that. And they stayed in a Holiday Inn, and that was in Reading, the one in Reading, which is basically on an estate. But that was just off the motorway, affordable for them. They could, and it was really well. It was very cheap, so. And Matilda was quite excited by the fact her family. So I said, "Well, why don't we stay for a night in the Holiday Inn?"
So you went from Reading to Reading,
for one night only. And
she bounced on the bed, did she?
Oh, she had I think she might have preferred that bit of the day to the actual party.
So when she gets into the room, she's throwing herself onto the bed.
Well, both of them, Jemima as well. They just jump on the beds. But it's just the change of location. It's just.
Blows their mind.
I think a Holiday Inn or a Premier Inn or any form of bed and breakfast...
They haven't latched onto this, though, have they?
No.
Why haven't they latched onto this?
It's brilliant because...
You live in Reading. Don't think just because we're in Reading and we're on a trading estate that we're not of service to you.
I don't think if her family hadn't been there...
Come along and bounce on our beds.
Yeah, I think that part of it was... The appeal was partly that she was also seeing her family.
Yeah. So I mean, don't underplay the...
No, but they're very, very. It's just, I think it's the change of location. They're very exciting for them. So what we've tended to do with the kids for family holidays, for the summer holidays, we go away because it's important to have gone away for the kids. They quite like having that. But it's
off to another Premier Inn.
No, not for the holidays. Premier Inns are just that's just incidental.
Birthdays.
It's incidental that sometimes we go away and we'll stay in a Premier Inn,
right?
Like a lot of people do, right? Because it's convenient.
I don't know anyone else that I know that would get annoyed about that, but carry on.
Well, I think it's the lack of understanding. You've confused two stories here. One is we go away on holiday, and one is sometimes we go and stay in a hotel as part of a different trip.
Yeah, but you could be going to the West Country and staying in a Premier.
But we're not doing that. Right. Well, we are going to the West
Country.
Country.
Glad we cleared that up.
We'll be staying in what is essentially a holiday park with a swimming pool.
Like a haven.
Not a haven, no. We don't go to havens or Butlins or anything like that. It tends to be less exciting than those. It'll be quiet. Be a quiet sort of little holiday park with some. Yeah. Often we're in a caravan.
Call something like Cheese Springs or something like
it's
that.
It's not called that, but I'll accept that as a reasonable approximation. And there's usually the sorts of places we'd stay. There'd be a swimming pool because that's the kid. That's something you can always do with the kids and every day and go swimming. Mm-hmm. There might be like a play park, and then it will usually be within driving distance of a few National Trust properties, because believe it or not, you can take small kids to the National Trust because there's a lot of outdoor spaces they can run around in. And there
might be a little local pub called the Yard of Ale or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. We wouldn't tend to necessarily go to that, but we would. Anyway, that's what we'd normally do. So we'd normally be in a caravan, which I don't love. They're still very excited about the caravan. This year, we've got more of a chalet type affair because we're going for a slightly shorter period of time because we're only going for 4 nights. Although the budget is limited, we can extend the budget to get a slightly nicer accommodation than we'd normally get.
What does a nicer caravan?
It's not a caravan. That's what's nicer about it. It's a chalet, so it's slightly big, more floor space.
Right, so basically, it's the same, but you just haven't got any wheels.
But it's slightly more floor space as well. Yeah. They often come with a dishwasher, as opposed to having to do.
Well, I suppose.
So I think little things like that make a difference. And there's a swimming pool, as I say, which is always.
Well, I mean, this has really got me thinking.
That's now. Mm-hmm. But what about then? Because obviously you're staying in Reading this year, but you must have been on some holidays in your time.
Oh, I certainly have. Now, the family holidays, obviously, I want to try and paint a picture if I can.
Yeah.
There'd have been a load of... My dad would have been so laid back, he would have been horizontal, so nothing would have been got ready or anything like that. My mum would have been running around doing all of that and getting annoyed about it. So there'd be a couple of arguments before we left. Then we'd have to pack up the 3-door Astra. We had various iterations of the Astra, but it's not the world's largest car, is it?
No. We had an Opel Kadett, which is essentially the same car.
It is the same. We were parallel lives. I mean, goodness me. At one time we had a Cavalier. I mean, we really felt we'd won the lottery.
We moved over to Nissan at that stage, and we had a Bluebird.
Yeah. But you will recognise this, I think.
Yeah.
Packed up to the gunnels. So the boot was full with the awful suitcases. The leatherette suitcases would be in the boot.
Yeah.
And then everything was then wedged around us.
Yes, that is, I recognise that.
So we'd get the duvet. You'd have to tell me what the heck was going on in these places. They were so basic, it was unbelievable. You like to go self-catering, see?
We went self-catering
Self-catering.
as well. We literally lived the same childhood. Did you have a roof rack, though?
I believe one of the cars had the roof rack, but I think John would have thought that was a bit unsafe.
So Rambier was a big fan of the roof rack. Well, probably not a fan.
No, I'm not sure that we ever did, and which made it even more uncomfortable because then I don't know why they felt the need to go to Quick Save or wherever it was in Whitchurch
before you left,
before driving to Cornwall. It's not like there was a shortage of shops in Cornwall.
No,
and it was quite a long route. Even if you drove like me, like the Clappers, I can shave 2 minutes off the journey if I go down this little rat run to get round. Even before sat-nav, I was doing that. But no, John would drive religiously at about 58 miles an hour all the way from Whitchurch to... So, people would say to me, Cornwall, it's quite a long way. And what's it, 5.5 hours, whatever it is? It'd be something like 7 for us, 8. You could have flown to the other side of America, in the same time it took us to get from Whitchurch to there. So packed up to the gunnels, food in the car as well, that was all getting warm. What on earth was this about? Well, we don't know when we get there. I mean, my parents are not from the West Country. Yeah. When we get there, we don't know whether we'll be able to get something. It might not be a shop around the corner. So, no, Mum and Dad, self-catering doesn't mean you have to butter all the sandwiches, get them all done and put them in the car around our ears and legs and everything like that.
So pre-made sandwiches for the whole week?
Oh, that sort of stuff. Well, I told you about the freezing. They'd be allowed to defrost.
So these weren't the freezer sandwiches?
Well, they might have been some that were defrosted for the journey.
For the journey, right.
But keep your hands off those. Not until lunchtime.
Right. And
Nothing could be early.
Did you do this, which my parents did? Would you stop at the service station?
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to have anything.
No, we'd stop at the service station, have lunch in the car, the pre-made picnic in the car.
That was it. You were not allowed anything else in the service station. It's too expensive, I was told. My mum would say it's too expensive.
I mean, it was.
Well, it was still too expensive.
It's crazy, but yeah.
But the fact was, there was not... most people, you're talking about your daughter, I'm getting so excited about you going in, and maybe when we get there, even though you're not staying at a Premier Inn, we might bounce on the bed in the chalet. Hey! The excitement.
Yeah.
They'll probably tear themselves apart with excitement. By the time they get there, they'll be asleep. For me, I was thinking, please God, anything but the family holiday.
Yeah.
Not that I would hate Cornwall. I'd hate the getting ready. I still to this day hate packing, stacking the car up, the stopping at the slow driving, the stopping at the service station, the not being able to have anything. And then when we got there, it would always be some sort of damp smelling house because in those days you would be staying in something that somebody hadn't been in for ages and all that kind of stuff, and then we'd have to unpack. That would be the first evening's entertainment, and perhaps we might be lucky and get fish and chips. So things like that I would like, but then there's never any money, so it was not you go in the penny amusements and you'd be given your £1 or whatever it was, and you'd be told to
make it last. Make it last. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm sure. I know I enjoyed lots of going in the sea and all these kinds of things, but the places we would stay, I'm not saying they were terrible, but they would be at best basic. Do you know what I used to really enjoy about the family holiday? Almost the thing that I enjoyed the most, although when it came to it, probably didn't enjoy it, at least the anticipation of it. the Kellogg's variety pack.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For some reason, they'd only be bought for the holidays.
Only for the holidays. And then
We're not taking one big box with us.
once the Cocoa Pops and the Ricicles had gone, it wasn't so exciting, was it?
Tiny portion.
Who wants the cornflakes? No one.
I mean, there's a bit of a theme. Yeah, nobody wanted the cornflakes. There's a bit of a theme running here with my mum. She did enjoy, because I said my dad didn't mete out any of the punishment. He would say things like, wait till I tell your mother. But of course, my mother was with us.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to wait to tell her. We told her straight away. At which point, she'd slap the back of my legs or my hands. What do you mean you've had both Cocoa Pops? How's that fair on your sister?
Yeah.
You know, we'd have had all of that kind of stuff going on.
So often my parents would then have to go and get a second variety pack when we'd had all the good ones.
Oh, and then you end up with 4 cornflakes.
Which just you have to take home because no one wanted them.
Nobody wanted them. No, I'd be forced to eat them. We're not going out and getting another one. There's your cereal. You had all the chocolatey ones at the start of that. It was up to you. Now you can eat the cornflakes.
But what were Kellogg's thinking?
Wasting good money on that.
Why put cornflakes in that pack?
It was a stupid idea. And the plain Rice Krispie.
I'd accept the Rice Krispies because they would snap, crackle and pop on the... I'd accept them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd even quite like them. Although I wouldn't now, but as a kid, I'd...
Not if the Ricicles was in the box.
So obviously it would go in the order of this. It would be, for me, Ricicles number 1.
Why have they stopped doing them?
I loved Ricicles.
They've stopped doing them.
Probably because they're horrendously bad for you. They're basically just sugar in a bowl, weren't they?
Sugar bullets, aren't they?
There was more sugar than there was rice in that bowl.
But they still do the Lucky Charms imported.
Yes.
I mean,
but they weren't part of the rice. It'd be Ricicles, then for me, straight onto the Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
Then the Frosties.
Yeah. I was... Yeah.
But I'd be okay at the point we got past all those delights and it was just Rice Krispies. I'd have Rice Krispies. I didn't mind them.
Yeah, but the cornflakes is a real letdown.
You could not sell cornflakes to me for love. No, I wouldn't have cornflakes.
No. I mean...
No interest. And
torture, isn't it?
And they probably the advert for cornflakes. Have you forgotten how good they taste? No. I haven't forgotten.
No, I know. I can taste them now in my mouth.
They just don't taste good. They're not.
No.
Why? How do they still exist?
Do you know what my mum still has to this day and forced us to? I mean, she didn't force us to. I mean, we weren't waterboarded, but I mean, it felt like eat your cereal, and I'd say, "What is it?" She'd go, "Fruit and fibre." Oh, I hate it. I don't like a bran flake, and it's a bran flake base.
Yeah.
And then in it were things that I hated. You couldn't pay me to eat raisins and things like that.
See, now I didn't like fruit and fibre, but I didn't mind an Alpen.
Well, no, I didn't mind an Alpen because it was full of sugar.
It was full of sugar.
Yes. So Alpen was Ricicles masquerading as something healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy at all, is it?
Do you remember eat your muesli?
Terrible for you.
Stop talking. We've heard all your jokes, my mum would say. Eat your muesli. She's not coming across well, is she?
No.
But lovely lady.
This is quite interesting because off air. No, we're not on air. We're just recording ourselves. But off this podcast, you speak about your mum with great fondness. Yeah. I want that to be recorded now because you don't say it on the podcast at all.
No, I know. But back in those days, it was. I think it was because of the worry and the panic about because my dad would just, and he was a very hard-working man, my dad, but he was not. His job was to drive the car. That was the job. And he might, if we were there a week or two, fry up a breakfast maybe one day in the week. And he'd also be in charge of buying the fish and chips. But there weren't a lot of jobs my dad had during that time. So Mum was very much the matron of the boarding house. But yeah, I mean, the holiday, I could talk for 3 hours about the holiday.
My early holiday memories as a small child were going to a cottage. They called it a cottage. I don't know what's the definition of a cottage is.
Well, I've got a beautiful thing in my mind.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
that though.
Well, I remember the interior more than the exterior of it, but we went to the same cottage year in, year out, because actually my grandparents' friend, I think that's what it was. It was owned by my friends of my grandparents. And so we got it at either for, I don't think it was free, but we got it at a fairly reasonable rate. It was affordable. It was an affordable holiday. So that's why my parents chose to go there. And often my grandparents would visit us there. So I've got really, really fond memories of that cottage. I loved it. But to such an extent that if I could in any way find a way of renting that same cottage now, I probably would take my kids there.
Yeah.
But I don't think my parents' memories of it are the same as mine. And I think they didn't really... They did what I do when I go to a caravan with my kids. That was their equivalent. That was just making sure that the kids have a holiday. It wasn't necessarily something they loved, but I loved it. So So they were successful, weren't they? They were correct. And then I remember one year we didn't go to the cottage. And I was almost sad about that because for me, in my head, holidays meant going to the cottage. And then we didn't. We went to a farm and we stayed on a farm. And that was different. But sort of,
Yeah. That sounds.
But what was sort of particularly exciting is the first time we then went abroad. We went in a car on the ferry.
Don't
And we went and stayed.
Don't be silly, did you?
We stayed in a gîte in France.
I never went abroad.
You never went abroad? No. Well, it was mind-blowingly exciting. To having all my holidays up to, I think about the age of 10, all of my holidays were UK-based. To such an extent to say going to a different cottage to the normal cottage was considered exotic.
Well, I just want you to imagine, to be fair to both of my parents, every Sunday was a drive out to some sort of National Trust property or whatever it was that they'd managed to fork out the membership for.
Yeah.
Bled it dry, let me tell you. If the National Trust had known what they did with that membership, they'd have redone it. But every year I'd say, "Oh, are we going on holiday, Mum?" Because I would look forward to it. I'd say, "Yeah," and I'd go, "Some of my friends are going to Ibiza." "Well, we're not going to Ibiza. Where are we going?" "Padstow." Now, nice Padstow, lovely. Right, okay, Mum, yeah, fair enough, yeah. "Where are we going next year?" "Penzance," we'd go. "Is that quite close to St. Oh. "Yes, but it's very different." "Mum, where are we going this year?" "Mousehole." "Not immediately, but is that, where was that, Mum?" "Cornwall."
So it was always Cornwall.
Always Cornwall. Hale, Tintagel, Mevagissey.
But I think
I could write you a sort of Lonely Planet guide for
of that
Cornwall.
part. No, but I think
Newquay.
my parents always did the same. Like, not that was the part of the world. I think possibly that was if you were staying in the UK,
Truro.
you'd go to Cornwall or Devon or Somerset. They were
St Michael's Mount.
Yeah, exactly. And then later on, mind blown, Mont Saint Michel.
Mont Saint Michel,
Which
yes,
is
absolutely
identical, but in France.
Yeah.
And then we did the Eurocamp holidays for a bit. Have you ever done a Eurocamp holiday?
You must be joking.
So,
I told you I haven't been abroad.
No, well, I mean, subsequently you've been abroad, though.
No, I've never done a Eurocamp.
As an adult, you've never done Eurocamp.
No.
I mean, I haven't as an adult.
No.
They are...
I've no need to put myself through that with no family.
Well, no, because as they're obviously in quite Mediterranean countries.
Yeah.
Italy's where we went the year I think we went to one in France as well, and it's fine because although they're quite nicely done, they're quite big tents. They're separate bedrooms in the tents.
I've no doubt,
and beds were quite comfortable, or certainly to my childhood mind, they were comfortable. And the toilets were, you had to go away. There was shower and toilet blocks, but they were fairly well maintained and they were pretty good. And the weather was nice, so it wasn't really a problem, except when the weather wasn't nice.
It
would be torrential, and then you'd be sweeping water out of the tent. So it was either sort of idyllic or literally hell on earth. So that was your two extremes, I found.
But then when money got even tighter, sometimes things hit the Slade household, we would go to the Gower.
Right, okay.
Which is a lovely part of the world. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But I appreciate that from Cardiff.
And we get, we barely get out of fifth gear.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Short trip down the M4, really. That.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll start off with fish and chips. Let's just pretend we're in Cornwall.
Right.
And, there's some lovely bits of, Three Cliffs Bay, etc.
No, it's all lovely, but we used to go for day trips there. That was the...
Yeah. And do you know what was very funny?
What?
One of the bays just outside Swansea is called Rotherslade Beach.
Oh, I can imagine. John had some fun with that.
Oh, he did, yes. The Slades are going to Rotherslade Beach.
Right.
And one of our relatives is called Roger Slade, so we sometimes
say John Roger Slade Bay.
Should we blast straight into the register?
Do the register, go for it.
It's one of the last ones of the holiday, so let's just imagine ourselves at Stackpole, where I went for a field trip when I was in primary school. And let's just imagine ourselves there, activity centre. Well, I'm here. I'm Ben. James?
Well, I'm not confident with this one, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
Ya aman imon.
That sounds like somebody trying to be cool in Barbados.
It's really not, and I probably have horribly mispronounced it, but that's from the Breton language.
Right, oh yeah.
And that's mainly because one of the places I went, when I did go to France, we went to Brittany.
Oh, lovely.
So and they don't really, but I think they do. I think Breton is still a spoken language.
Well done. I mean, if you cracking through this, I mean, you always come up with something imaginative, don't you?
Yeah.
Today's postcard, please.
That'll do. That's got some French on it.
Oh yeah. Well, this is kind of linking with the John Slade jokes, isn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed one of our colleagues had a book of dad humour on their desk, and it sort of gave me the shakes, really. Mon Chéri is the title on the front in a strange font with 2 cherries.
Yeah, so it's a play on. It's just not really a play on words, is it? It's Mon Chéri,
which means
my dear, my darling, potentially.
My darling, yeah.
And then a picture of some cherries, which obviously the English for cherries is cherry, which sounds like the French for my dear, mon chéri. But it doesn't sound like the French for cherries.
No.
It should be cerise. So...
Cerise?
Yeah.
I tell you what he does make me want to say.
What?
Papa yaut.
And I thought it might be evocative of that. So it plays into the holidays. Obviously, I went to France a couple of times.
Yeah.
My daughter speaks French. I know this is going to sound dangerously like a rehash of both episode 5 and the episode we did, not last episode, the one before, where we talked about sort of well-being type things. So this is from Education Support. You remember them because they did the episode 5 list about teacher well-being.
Oh, well, they certainly delivered there.
Now they've got but this is a different list. There's different things on this list, so it's possibly worth having a little look at.
Yeah.
And this one's entitled, Look After Your Well-Being This Summer, Tips for Teachers and Education Staff. So specifically...
So teachers and education staff.
Yes. Yeah. Both teachers and education staff.
Yeah.
Right.
They sort of lumped everybody else together.
They could have left teachers out of that sentence, because education staff does incorporate teachers.
Yeah.
Be
less offensive, wouldn't it?
It's not sort of like just...
It's a bit like teachers and the rest of you.
Yeah, who also work in education. Just education staff.
That is how education views the world.
Yeah, if you had
said before, look
after your well-being this summer, tips for education staff, it would imply teachers and other people who work in education, but they've made a clear sort of separation of teachers there. But anyway, the point is, it's well-being this summer, this summer.
Yeah. Not next summer.
Not next summer, not any other summer.
And not for non-teachers.
And not for non-teachers.
Well, unless they work in a school.
So anyone who works in education.
So nursery, no problems at all. I suppose I just want to check this with you.
Yeah.
So site manager of a school.
Yes, that
this would be for, but not if they were a site manager for an office block.
Absolutely correct. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
one more thing.
Yeah.
If you were a cleaner, who worked one job in the morning, where you I don't know, tidied the police station, and then came to the school, how would that work? Would this list be for them, or?
I think they qualify for it,
but maybe they'd only do part of the list.
They may not fully benefit from it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I think they'd be allowed to use it, but it might not be best for them.
It's important to get clarity.
Okay, so right. So number 1 on the list. Now this is, to be fair, they've provided some sort of tool you can access through the website. So it says the first thing you should do before anything else is use our Circle of Control, Influence and Concern tool.
Right.
Right. So they've got a tool, and it says it will help you consider the challenges you are facing and think about how to respond to them.
Is that free? The tool?
I think it's free. Yeah, it's a free tool, and that tool will help you consider the challenges you are facing and think about how you can respond to them. But they've offered some clarity. They say these challenges can be related to your work or your personal life.
If you can, James, I know you've got a lot of stuff to do, and you've obviously got that holiday to pack the car and all the rest of it. If you can make that resource available on www.benandjamescoulddobetter.com, I think people would be very grateful if you could at least signpost them in the direction of that.
I think that's important that they do that, and I will do that.
Yeah, because you can't just, it's no good bashing through the list without the tool.
So if you want to look after your well-being during the summer break and you work in education, that might be a really useful tool for you.
Yeah.
Right, number 2, and again, remember this only applies.
Yeah, I want to remember.
Yeah, if you work in education and it's during the summer. Number 2.
What was number 1?
That use the tool. Use that tool.
Use the tool.
Right. Okay. Right.
I missed that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so that was number 1.
Right. Okay.
Right, so number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Give yourself worry time.
Give yourself worry time.
Yes. No, only during the summer.
No teachers or education staff worry outside of the summer, do they?
No. So give yourself
Suppose they're saving it for the summer.
give yourself a dedicated time to acknowledge and process your worries. Put a boundary around this worry time so you don't focus on your worries all day, every day.
That's terrible advice.
So, yes.
So they're actually saying you should have some focused worry time.
During your summer break, yes.
During your summer break, and only during your summer break.
Yes.
No focused worry time any evening
Yeah.
in the term, but just, right. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
number 3, you've had potentially after you've had your worry time. It's not. I don't know if these are linked or not. I don't think it's just a sequential series of steps.
It's not telling you how to run your day, is it?
But number 3 is make a well-being action plan.
No, absolutely not.
So this just
They're absolutely obsessed with action plans.
in the bit of bump underneath. It says plan what you're going to do to look after yourself during the summer.
Yeah.
So it has referenced that. Consider your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. Not during the winter.
And not during the worry time.
Not during the winter. Well, maybe, I don't know.
But this is separate.
Separate, yes.
So,
Yes.
again, the title is
Look after your well-being during
Look after
the
your well-being.
summer.
Surely that's something
break.
you'd be worried about your well-being in the worry time, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's called 7 tips to look at. So there's 7 tips. 7 tips to look after your well-being over the summer.
And one was to get the tool.
Yeah. 2 was give yourself worry time. 3,
Two is to worry.
yes.
One was to get a tool that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Number 2 is to worry.
Yeah.
To give yourself time to worry.
That's right.
Number 3,
Make a well-being action plan.
make a well-being action plan to address the worries, I presume, is it?
I think so.
Or is it something else to worry
No,
about?
consider your mental, physical, emotional, and
Yeah, but
spiritual
that's
health.
more things to worry about.
Well, yeah, okay. But you've given yourself worry time, so you're fine.
No, but you will have already worried about it.
So tomorrow's worry time, you're going to have to go back. Look,
This is too confusing.
try and coordinate them.
Yeah.
Number 4, okay,
Yeah.
top tip of this one. What are your well-being non-negotiables? Question mark. What are your well-being non-negotiables?
But that would be part of your well-being action, isn't it?
Well, yes, and also
Why would you do an action plan and then decide subsequent to that action plan what your non-negotiables?
also that's not a tip. That's a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it says what are the actions you will do no matter what? These actions should keep you balanced and help you feel good. It could be so. I suppose it's saying decide what you're not. If it said decide what your non-negotiables are, that'd be a tip. But it's asked the question.
But I mean, even if that were a tip,
Then
it's not a very useful tip.
That's a well-being plan, isn't it? You've decided it's fine. That's number 4 is the same as number 3. They just reworded it.
Yeah,
into a
and number
question.
1 was get a tool, which is not a tip.
No, use our tool.
Use our tool, which you have to probably download along with some advertising.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fine. Number 5. Only for education staff. Only during the summer.
Yeah. Of course it's going to be.
Yeah.
What do you keep saying that for?
Well, okay. Start your day well.
And that's not something you'd want to do in term time, is it?
Absolutely. Well, it's certainly not something
No,
you do during term time, to be fair. But,
No, I don't, do I? No breakfast normally. I wouldn't even have the cornflakes left from your holiday.
The days that I'm not early for work, which has become increasingly common, you don't even get a coffee.
No, no. When I've been working, when I'm under stress, pressure, and yes, it does occasionally happen, I just don't eat or drink anything.
No, if I'm early for work, I know there's a sort of roughly around 7:45, 8 o'clock, you'll sort of appear at the door of my office, and I'd make you a coffee, and if I've got anything snack related, I'd sort of throw it in your direction.
But I thank you for that. I want to thank you for that here and now.
Been a few times where I haven't made it in until 8:15, and you've already come and gone past my office and seen it locked. So I'm not able to. So you don't start your day well during term time, but during the summer, start your day well.
Yeah,
and that'll take care of everything. So that's
of course it will.
Okay,
of course it will. Yeah.
Number 6.
Yes. Start my day well. I'm just still thinking about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's if you want some tips on how to start your day well,
I'll start my day well tomorrow because I'm going to
start calmly with meditation, not medication. Meditation.
I do start my day with medication, just so you're aware. One for the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with teaching, I'm sure.
Ditch that. Meditation. Being
meditation.
in nature.
Oh, not that again.
How do you start your day in nature?
But there are some people who go out and they actually say things like, I need to feel the earth.
But I start my day in bed. I'm in bed.
Yeah, you don't.
That's not in nature.
No, it's not in nature, unless you put your bed in the garden, I suppose.
So
have you thought about that?
Well, I could do that. Yeah.
You could start your day in nature.
Yeah. Might get wet if it's raining though. So
Yeah, but it's not immediately appealing to me.
no.
I owned a camper van. I started every day in nature.
Yeah.
And I can tell you it did nothing for my well-being. Nothing.
Did you do breathing exercises though?
No, I didn't. I haven't done breathing.
So it says, be careful of the following things though. If you start today, be careful of news.
News.
Be careful of news.
I like to hear the news.
Well, it's not starting your day well.
Right, okay.
Too much tech, obviously,
No danger of that.
and caffeine. So that coffee I've been giving you is actually a problem. Not
Yeah,
not
you're not helping me, and neither is this in front of me now. The cherry Coke.
That's delicious, though, isn't it?
It is lovely, yeah. But Pete, why people go for a diet version, I don't know. What's the point?
We've discussed that at length before.
But this is not starting our day well.
No, well, look, it's nice. It tastes nice. Anyway, number 6.
If anyone wants to sponsor us, by the way, any sort of sugar-laced product, we don't care less.
No,
Any sugar-laced product that's inappropriate for children or adults.
We'll both consume it and tell our listeners it's good.
We will.
Yeah. Right, number 6. Do a weekly well-being checkup.
Well, who are you going to do that with? Is this number 7?
Yourself. Check in. No, this is number 6. Do a weekly well-being checkup. Check in with your mental health. Ask yourself how you're feeling mentally and physically.
No.
Right. Okay. Let's.
If I've started my day well, why am I going to need to do that?
Well, that's true, but it's only weekly, once a week. That's all.
Once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
So once a week, I abandon starting the day well in order to do an audit.
You don't have to abandon the starting the day well to do the audit, though.
But if I did an audit, it would end my sense of well-being.
Well, okay.
I don't want to do an audit. Everyone wants an audit done.
Let's just move on to number 7, final one.
And this is going to be the.
It brings it all together nicely.
It's going to be the, what do they call it? The icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake, potentially.
Yeah.
Although don't eat cake with icing.
I don't like a lot of icing on it. Do you?
Well, I don't. I mean, I think we're looking after our well-being, so probably avoid cakes with icing.
Yeah.
But number 7, take a moment.
We had one of this in one of the early ones, didn't we? Take a moment.
Yeah. But it's given us a technique. It's a simple technique called STOPP.
Yeah.
STOPP. That's STOPP. Double P. There.
Stop. And don't tell me this stands for something, does it?
So it's right. So the S in STOPP.
Yeah.
Is stop. But just with the one P. So the S in stop is...
So the stop, I mean, this is great for people. It'll be immediately something they'll not forget this, will they? So stop with a double P, which is not a word.
It's not a word. It's
the start of Tom Stoppard's surname.
Yes, but also it's this. So the S stands for stop.
Stop.
But with one P.
So stop, double P. The first word is stop.
Yes.
Right.
Just pause for a moment. That's the same. So stop, just pause for a moment.
Yeah.
The T.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Take a breath. Yeah.
O.
Can we do that together a minute? Just a minute.
What, stop?
Stop. I immediately feel better. Yeah. Carry on.
O. Observe your thoughts and feelings.
Observe them.
Observe them.
You can't observe them.
Right. Well, let's go on to the first P then. Let's try and get that. Pull back. So I'm observing my thoughts and feelings. I'm pulling back from them. Pulling back to get some perspective. See the bigger picture. Your thoughts are your thoughts, not statements of fact. Okay?
Yeah.
And then the last P.
But we stopped. We paused, and then you said for perspective. I thought that was the second P.
No. So
No.
pull back.
Pull back for perspective.
For perspective. So
but I thought the pulling back would be the one P and the perspective would be the other. No. There's a third P.
There's a second P. The perspective wasn't. Okay, yeah, anyway, this is the second official P.
But the third actual P.
The third actual P.
Yeah.
Practice what works. Don't practice what doesn't work.
Why would you practice what... Why... When you do any practice, you want it to work, don't you?
Well, yes. And so it's...
So why would anyone practice what... Well, I'll tell you what didn't work with those kids at year 9 group. They definitely don't respond to that. Well, no, keep practicing it.
Yeah.
No, but they don't respond well to keep doing it.
Yes, well, so that's just in life. But for this, so if you take a moment, you need to stop. And in order to stop, you need to stop.
But it's actually 3 Ps, not 2.
Yes.
Pull back for perspective, and then...
So stop, take a breath, observe your thoughts and feelings, pull back to get perspective, practice what works.
So stop, per.
Yeah, don't practice what doesn't work, practice only what works. And that's the end. That was 7 tips. So everyone's feeling a lot better now.
I think, mon chéri,
Yes.
there's nothing more I can say
Right.
after that list. I think it is so comprehensive, so lucid, and so useful. I don't think it needs any further commentary. Thank you.
Brilliant. All right.
Until next time.
Which is next week.
And your daughter's birthday?
No, that's happened. That was last week. That was.
Well, I hope it went well.
Right. So that was last week.
I hope it went well, and I'm sure it did.
That was the last episode we did. We talked about that.
I'm sure it went well.
Yeah.
Just give me a Hungry Henry, will you, or whatever it's called.
We haven't got any of those either because that was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So they're not still on the table.
They're not. It's a different day.
Thank you very much. I need to get sorted on this sort of continuity here.
If you really listen hard in all of our episodes, there's lots of continuity, such as us cracking open a couple of cans of Red Thunder in a different episode to the episode where we reveal we've got the Red Thunder. That has happened. There's a lot of that.
But I like that.
I like it too.
And it gives it a bit of a quirk.
Yeah.
And I do hope that we get so well known that somebody picks up on all of this at some point and says, "This you must have recorded these back to back."
Well, actually, people who read the blog at benandjamescoulddobetter.com will find they already acknowledge many of these continuity errors on that blog. So
that's great. Well, perhaps I should read it, seeing as I'm the other half of it.
I write about you. Yes,
I'd like to. In fact, I want to see what you're saying about me, so I will be doing that. And I recommend that you do that too. But until next time, guys, as the church youth group leader would say to the group, bye-bye.
An obscure reference, but I like it. Bye-bye.